Alright, people. Morning. I'm just waking up. I had a shit week. Well, not necessarily a shit week, but I just had a tiring week. So this is the trade review on GBPUSD as I promised I would give out, and how I caught a 7R. I took a -1R loss, so basically did 6R in GBPUSD. Did about 4R in crude oil, so I ended the week with 10R. I haven't taken any other trade, though I have open positions running, but as long as I haven't closed it, I can't call it. I can say it's profits because those things is basically just reversing and take me out. So yeah, so this is a trade review. Here is where I got in. I got in here. So this is in this odd block, right? So I got in here. Price came out, took me right below this block, and I wait for price to hit the higher time frame level. And then when it broke above this, and I got in. So now let's go to the real charts and let me break down why I took the trade. Now on GBPUSD, I am bullish on high time frame flow in as much as this week has been a bearish week, which is what I actually expected. And that is why I wasn't trying to look for so many trades on it. Now, this is my invalidation level for a higher time frame. If price is above 1.3980, as long as price is above 1.3980, I still believe GBPUSD could see this double tops, this highs here get taken, this highs, and then this highs get taken. But if price breaks below and closes below this candle, then I'm not so down again with the idea. But now coming back to this, I must have been looking at this trade, and if you look at the weekly time frame, let's start with the weekly time frame. Look at the weekly time frame. Price ran above the previous week's high. Must have done about 15 pips above the previous week's high. The price ran above the previous week's high and then started rallying lower, right? Now, when price takes out an important high or an important low, it usually go the other way. So you could call it a broken tip pattern, you could call it a turtle tip, you could call it a swing failure pattern, you could call it a false break. It is a known pattern whereby price should work a certain important level, be it a high, be it a low, and then it's going to turn around and go the other way, right? So price took out this high and then started reversing. But when I went on the daily, I noticed that this was a double top, right? So in as much as price took out this high, I was looking at this as liquidity. So I would say, all right, cool. How can I long this trade, right? And take out these highs. But then I had important levels before these highs. So my level I was looking at before I took the trade and I got stopped out. It must have been let me see if I can remember. Yeah, must have been, so I'll go down to the hourly. Yes, it must have been this hourly block here. So I had this hourly block marked out, right? And I went down to the 5 minutes. As soon as price hit the level, I went down to the 5-minute chart, and yeah, I went down to the 5-minute chart. And what I always say is when price hits my high time frame levels, be it like from the 1 hour up, I'll break it down. Obviously, having a high time frame premise, I'll break it down to like the 5-minute level, and I'll look for a bullish price action. So what I was looking at on this was when price hit this level, right? It did a turtle soup on the lower time frame. So price did a turtle soup, broke above this highs, indicating a break in market structure. Alright, indicating a break in market structure, and then a return back to this block was where I wanted to go long from. So return back to this block. I went long from here, and then took me out immediately. And I slightly like my trades being that way. I don't like having to wait for 4 hours to know if I'm gonna get stopped out. Like, if you want to take me out like a man. I don't have time to fuck around. So when that happened, I was asking myself, where is the next level I could go long from? Because I had stuff to do this week, and I wanted to be in and out of the market at least by Wednesday. And I was happy I could do it by Tuesday. I got whatever I needed from the market, and I just caught. So I really wanted to take a trade this day. So slightly, I was forcing a trade to come up on this day. I'm happy I didn't get burned. It's not something that you should be doing more by. If you do not see something, wait for something to happen. So the next thing I did, let me take this off, was to go back to the weekly time frame. As soon as that level got worked out, I said, all right, let me go back to the weekly time frame. And I noticed this. Now, if you look on the weekly charts, I always use my high time frame, in as much as I'm trading the 5 minutes and doing all of that. Look at this down candle. This is an order block, right? So we'll mark out the high of this order block. The things I look at an order block when it comes to the week is the high of the week, the 50% point of the week. And if we're looking at the body, I'm looking at the body of the like the high of the body of the candle if I'm looking to buy from it, and then the middle point of the body of the candle. Then I look for fractals in between. So if you look at this, this is the high of the candle. We'll make this another color. All right. So when I did that, I marked that out and I went back to the daily. Now, if you go on the daily, you would notice that this is the high of the weekly candle. And if you go in, this is the high of this other block here. So we'll do the same thing on the other block and just make it a different color. All right. Sorry. I have issues with making my stuff really precise, so all right, better. So now this must have been Tuesday's candle, right? So after refining that, the next thing I just did was go down to the 5 minute chart because I like the price action I was seeing on the 5 minutes chart. So this is our levels, right? Now here is the weekly level. Here is the daily level. And on the stuff I posted on my Instagram, on the post I had it up on my Instagram, you hear like you saw me delineate this as a high time frame level. The thing I would have done a live recording of the trade, but the only reason why I didn't do that is because I was on my phone, so I couldn't record it, and there was no point of recording my screen on my iPhone. So I just took the trade, marked it out, and I said I'll do a review later on my laptop. So mind you, I have taken a 1 hour loss, right, from long in here. I'm trying to go long here. I took a 1 hour loss, so let's just mark out this block. So this block is a 1 hour loss. So this is a 1 hour loss here. Now, when price hit this level, I liked how prices put down, clean down candles up until this level, and then started making up candles, right? Now, when it started showing bullish price action, I had two levels marked out. First one I had in mind was here. The second one I had in mind was this little block. I like it when the block is very tiny. Most people say, oh, the bigger the block, they don't like dinger blocks, they like the small blocks, right? Those are the ones I'm interested in because it's a concept whereby how we say contraction leads to expansion. The tighter the range, the bigger the expansion, right? So that's the same way I look at candles. The smaller the candle, the bigger the reaction you get off of that level. So when I looked at this, I said, all right, cool. This is the level I am looking to buy from. So I had this marked out, and the before and after screenshot is all on my Instagram. So I had this marked out, and I wanted price to break above this. So breaking above this high was an indication of a breaking market structure. So when price broke above this high as an indication of market structure, and then came back to this point here, I bought here, and I must have had let me see. Yeah, I must have had about a 6 pip stop loss, and I didn't make it up to 7, so I must have had a 6 pip stop loss. Now, before even taking a trade, the first thing you should do before even bother about, oh, where is my trade going to go? Where is your target, right? Now, the first thing I was looking at where this high is here. Now, see how this highs are clean. I have a feeling they'll still get taken out, most likely next week. So I had this highs here marked out, and I wanted to see it get taken out. Now, this were my higher time frame targets. Why am I saying that? It's not too much of a move. It must have been like 130 pips. But if let's say price ran up to that high, that would have been 25R, right? But I wasn't bothered about that level because mind you, I had things I needed to do on Wednesday and Thursday, just basically 2 days ago and yesterday. I had things I needed to do, so I wanted to actually be in and out of the market at least Wednesday afternoon. I wanted to hit my target, so I went with a short-term target. Now, this is why I say I look to get in and out of a trade in a day. It's not because I have problems with holding. Sometimes my target get hit in a day, and I don't like getting greedy whereby I'll say, oh yeah, I want the most of it. Da, 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 da. Nah, if my target gets hit in a day, like if I do 12% in a day, I'm done. Like I literally just want to get up, leave my laptop or my system, whatever, and just go about my day, fuck around with the demo account for fun. So level I had marked out was this. I looked at this as an important level, which is 1.4150 So it was an orange high, and if you look the low of this candle, yeah, 1.4150. So I wanted to get out of this level, and you will see in the screenshot where I said if price breaks above that, I would have a nasty expansion. Now, obviously, we didn't get the expansion that I was expecting, which was price taking out these highs, right? The expansion we got was decent, but then it didn't do what I expected. Now you see how when price breaks above this candle, it comes back, finds support on that level, and then rallies higher to the next level, which was here. So when I took my trade, I got out of this candle. If I had held it right for the next important level, because if you're looking at this, you have to look at the next important down candle and then finally this highs. If I held it to this point, I would have made a 15R, but that day I just made 7R and I left my trade. So if we go back to the 5 minutes, and use our fee from our entry point or stop loss, entering from the high of this breaker to put in a stop loss below this breaker, right? My first position gave me about a 7R. I got a 1.4150. Gave me a 7R. I took a 1 hour loss, rounded up being a 6 hour trade, or rather a 6 hour day, and I was done. But if I had held this, saying expecting price to break above this, and see as soon as it breaks above that, candles are finding it hard coming below this zone that I have marked out here. This is not a coincidence. It's not random. Like at least I had marked it out before time, so you could see it. Price found it hard coming back below this level. And as soon as that happened, where even I wrote there was a void here, so I was expecting price to rally up into the next important level, and it did that. Took out this high, covered this little void we had here, or into the next level. As soon as it did that, it broke lower. So even if you held your trade and firmly, and let's say you after this low had formed, because you need to have invalidation levels whereby all right, if this happens, I don't want to see this happen again. So after this low had formed, right, and rallied high, it would have probably moved your stop loss to 4R, move your stop loss to 4R, and then just hold it and hope it doesn't come back and take you out. Why? Because you're going for a 15-hour, possible 25-hour. As soon as price rallies on and hits, say, the 15-hour, you could have probably moved your stop loss to this point in 11-hour, and maybe it would have taken you out there. Maybe you would have closed the trade at 15-hour. Maybe you would have made 25-hour, price had rallied higher. There is no perfect scenario for this because when people always talk like, oh yeah, I know where the market is gonna go. Yeah, that's dumb. We are all speculators. Like, if I see that's what I'm saying, and I say, if you truly know where the market is gonna go, yeah, bet your chest, yeah, put your whole account in it. And no one is ever gonna do that because you are all taking a risk and speculating whereby we can actually be wrong about it. So that's just it. I want to make this very short, and I don't know if I've done up to 10 minutes. Hopefully I haven't. So that's just my review on GBPUSD, how I took the trade, why I saw in the trade, what made me take the trade, why I got out of the trade, and why I was happy with my weekend I was done. The previous video was about crude oil, and you can see what happened in the trade. Then Kiwi, I'm still expecting Kiwi to go higher because I must have posted something on my Instagram where I said, what do you guys expect for Kiwi? And people told me, oh yeah, they expect Kiwi to go lower, which I can understand because I asked where do you think the next 200 pips is going to go, but I just feel Kiwi is going to go higher. Now I will just show you a quick clip of why I feel Kiwi is going to go higher. So I'll just pause it and then take it to that. So Kiwi, in case you don't know what Kiwi means, Kiwi is the NZDUSD, the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. So I'm expecting it to go higher. Now this is a part of my journaling file. I have my journals since like all the way from early 2017. So I've been keeping track of all my trades. Now, if you look at the Kiwi starting from the monthly, this is what I saw happening on the monthly. I'm not going to speak much about this. I'll just basically show a picture of it. So this is what I was expecting. This is what I saw in the monthly. Here's the weekly. Here's the daily. Here's the 4 hour. So I was expecting price to drop down to this level, rally out, taking out this high. Then expecting the high to get formed at this level, then price to run up, take out this high, and then eventually you might see this high get taken out. So let's just see how it all plays out, if we're gonna get the price action or not. Yeah, let me show you what Q is doing right now. So if you go to NZDUSD, so look at the long, so go to the 4 hour charts. Alright. So as you can see, the level I had marked out, price literally set a high, dropped down to that level. Expecting a rally back to take out this high and then maybe take out this high, but let's see how it goes. All right, have a good weekend, guys.